Okay, we are up and running. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to LisaBug Yoga for Aging Strong. We are in the month of July 2025. I have an optional chair if you prefer not to go down onto your hands and knees. When you're on your hands and knees and don't want to be on your knees, you can be like this and be on hands and feet for any of the movements that we're going to be doing from our knees. But let's start on our backs this morning. So come on down and get nice and comfortable. If you need a little something under the back of your head, so your head is neutral, have that there. And we're just going to take our feet a little wider than hip distance, so about as wide as your mat is, and your knees as wide as your mat. And just place your elbows down onto the floor so you feel like your upper body is gently braced and grounded into the mat. And then we'll drop both knees over to the right. Let your left hip lift up. Notice how that feels. And then bring it up and drop both knees over to the left. Notice how it feels. And then I just want you to go back and forth at a nice slow pace. These are our windshield wipers. And it's a nice warm up for the hips. A little bit of a twist, so some warming up for the spine and the lower back. You might feel a gentle stretch in your hip flexor, your quadriceps a little bit. And let's go one more time each direction. And back up to the center. Take your right ankle, bring it across your left thigh, and do that same movement, just dropping to the right, coming up and dropping over to the left. That's a different feeling, isn't it? So when I go to the right, I get a little bit more stretch in the left hip flexor. When I come over to the left, I get a bigger glute stretch, more of a twist. I feel that stretch kind of in the back obliques, the QL. And we're just at the beginning of our practice, so we're not looking at forcing and really going deep with these. Just make it nice and gentle. And one more time each side. And just notice how when your left foot is on the floor and you go to the right, you're going to the inside of your left foot. And then when your knees go to the left, you're going to the outside of the left foot. Okay, let's come back up to the center. All right, uncross the right ankle. You're setting it up wide so it's out to that outside edge of your mat, and bring your left ankle to cross over. Now let's go to the left side first this time. So we're coming to the inside of the right foot. And then we'll move it over to the right side, rolling toward the outside of the right foot. And I want you to keep control over your core muscles. So make sure that your muscles are allowing this movement to happen and you're not just dropping into it and letting gravity pull your body down further than what you should really go. We're doing about 5 of these each direction. I'm on number 3. And your shoulder blades should stay onto the mat the entire time, so we're not rolling up off of one shoulder. Your left foot may or may not come down to the floor when the knees go to the right. You've got one more each side. And come back up to the middle. When you have finished yours, uncross. Set your feet back down to the mat, but now bring your feet closer together. Lay your arms next to the side of your body. And we'll just lift the hips up off the mat and press down into the feet. Squeeze the bum. And then lower down. Now when you lift and lower, if you want, you can come up one vertebra at a time and come down one vertebra at a time. Or you can just lift your back up in a neutral position and set it back down in neutral. Doesn't have to be a high bridge. Mine's pretty small because my hip flexors and quads are tight and my glutes are still a little bit weak from my hip replacements, so my bridge isn't a very high one. So now I want to start to move the arms along with the bridging. So as your hips come up, lift your arms and bring them as far as you can comfortably reach above the head. And then lower back down. And when the arms and hips are lifting, that's going to be our inhale. So inhale, lift up, reach, exhale, come back down. Now on the next one, try this. Lift your toes, the balls of your feet up off the floor. Put your heels down into the floor, and now lift the hips up from your heels. And lower down. I feel a little bit more hamstring and glute activation with this particular method. Now the next time you come up, lift your arms and leave them in that position above the head if that feels comfortable. And then lower your hips down. So now your hips are on the floor, your arms are up. Next time your hips come up, pull your arms down toward the floor. So basically we're moving our arms and hips in the opposite direction. Hips come down, arms reach up. Exhale as you lift your hips and you lower your arms. Inhale as you lower the hips and lift the arms. 2 more times. And 1 more time. Keep your arms next to the sides of your body and just lower your hips down. Good. Let's lengthen the left leg long. Bring the arms above the head. We'll take an inhale. And on an exhale, hug your right knee up to your chest. You can curl your head and shoulders up off the mat. Reach the arms up, inhale. You can set your right foot to the floor or lengthen it out. Exhale, pull the knees in, or the right knee in. 3 more repetitions. If it bothers your neck to lift up, you don't have to. You can leave your head on the floor. And 2 more. One more time, hug that right knee in, hold it in. Lay your head back down to relax. We're going to twist this right knee across the midline of the body. So open your right arm out and take the right knee across and look over the right shoulder. So you're gazing out towards your right hand. Nice little twist through the spine. Take some deep breaths into the rib cage. Good, let's come back to center. If it feels comfortable, hold behind your right hamstring and straighten and bend the right leg. Now, I hate to say this, but the arthritis in my right knee is really progressing fast right now, and I cannot get my right leg to completely straighten or completely bend. So I'm trying to work through a fairly pain-free range of motion, but unfortunately, old arthritis, is getting this knee. So we'll have to do something about that in the future. Okay, let's straighten it up and hold it up there. We'll do some ankle pumps, point and flex, point and flex. And we're activating the muscles in the calf and shin. When the leg is up, we have gravity assisting to pump the blood and fluids back down again with gravity toward the heart. One more, point and flex. And then we'll set the right foot back down, elongate it on the mat, bend your left knee. Inhale, reach above the head. Exhale, hug the left knee up to the chest, pull it in. I like to flex the foot. And then as you lay back, your left foot can go to the floor or it can lengthen out. Exhale, pull it up. So this is a nice stretch for the glute, the upper portion of your hamstring attachment. It's a nice release for the lower back. A little core exercise here too for crunching up. And one more time, curl it up, hold the knee, but lay your head back down. Now with the right hand, we're going to twist across, open out your left arm to the floor, rotate your knee across and look to the left. Ooh, I'm getting a nice stretch in my left pectoral muscle. I did a little practicing for body pump yesterday and I'm feeling some soreness. So, and I didn't use very much weight. Oh boy. When you've taken time off doing something, sometimes it's a long journey back. Okay, well, let's come back to the midline. Out of the twist, we'll hold behind the left leg and we'll straighten and bend. So when you straighten, you want to go until you feel your hamstring stretching. Just a nice gentle stretch. Not necessarily to maximum. I think on the other side we did maybe about 7 or 8 repetitions. Let's get 4 more. Slow and controlled. This is a dynamic stretch, so we're not necessarily holding it yet, but we're moving in and out of our comfortable range of motion. And 2 more. The last one, we'll hold it up in a comfortable position and then ankle pumps, point and flex. Wow, that is such a great stretch. And when I point, I'm really feeling it along the top of my ankle, even into the arch of my foot. And then flexing, activating the tibialis anterior muscle, the front of the shin, which helps our calf Achilles tendon to stretch. Great for that plantar fasciitis. Couple more. And last one, point and flex. And then lower the foot back down to the mat. Okay, let's transition to a child's pose. So take your time to come up, coming to your hands and knees. I don't see Joyce along with us today. But Joyce, if you're doing class later on YouTube, you don't have to come to your knees. You can come up and place your hands on your chair and stand on your feet. Let's see, I'll move my blanket back just a smidge. And then let's take a nice extended child's pose. And I want you to stretch through your shoulders and your lats. Slightly press down into the mat with your hands. And roll your shoulder blades apart from one another. Scoop your abdominals in and breathe into the back side of your ribs. Now let's walk the hands over to the right side of your mat, both hands. So now the left shoulder and lat is opening more than the right. And try to set your head down or maybe on a block if it won't touch the floor all the way. And feel that stretch on the left side body and breathe into that area. And then let's walk both hands over to the left side, maybe slightly off your mat. And drop the forehead down. Big stretch along the right side. The lats are really lengthening. They connect up underneath the armpit and onto your arm bone. Good. Let's come back to center with the hands. And then without twisting, I want you to bring your right arm underneath your body to stretch your shoulder. So I'm going to lift up a little bit, slide my right arm underneath, and then try to lay my head straight down. So the left arm, I'm inching it way up toward the top of my mat. The right shoulder's getting a wonderful stretch. And I'm trying to keep my shoulders squared to the floor. Now you might be able to drop your butt all the way down to your heels in your child's pose. I don't have that range of motion in my right knee. So I'm in more of a puppy pose than a child's pose with my hips up a little higher. Both are just fine. Okay, let's slide that right arm out. Slide your left arm underneath you very gently. Bring your forehead down. Then creep your fingers on your right hand up a little higher toward the top of your mat. Square your shoulders off. You shouldn't feel any strain here. It just should feel like a really wonderful stretch. So if there's any pain or strain, adjust your range of motion accordingly. Just a couple more breaths here. And then slide that left shoulder out. Come back with both arms in that extended child's pose position. And then from child's pose, we'll pull the body forward so the shoulders come over the wrists, finding a nice plank, kneeling plank. Now you can also tuck your toes under, lift those knees off the floor, coming into a high plank. Shoulders are over the wrists. Abs really engaged here. This is one of our isometric exercises. Great to manage blood pressure with these holds. And then either pushing back to child's pose again or downward dog. Let the hips lift up. You can bend your knees as much as you need to here and really extend through the shoulders. Drop your heels down into the mat. And then you can choose either going from child's pose to kneeling plank or downward dog to high plank. And let's do 5 repetitions. Come forward to your plank, knees or toes, neutral head. Then lift the hips with the core and push forward with your hands. So we really drive the body backward. 4 more. Inhale forward. Exhale, push back. You choose the pace. 3 more. Two more. If you're in that down dog, I really want you to sink your heels. Feel that stretch in the calves. As you press back, drop those heels down. And one more time. Holding down dog or child's pose. And then we'll let our knees find the mat again. Coming into spinal balance or bird dog, bring the hands right underneath the shoulders. Send the right leg back, flex the ankle, turn the pelvis so it's level to the floor. Send your left arm forward. We'll hold 15 seconds. Scoop your abs up. I feel some nice work in my right tricep here, back of my upper arm. One more breath. And lower back down to hands and knees. Left leg goes straight back. Level off the pelvis, flex the ankle. Reach the right arm, extend. 15 seconds. Breathing. One more breath. And lower down. Let's lift the right arm for a thread the needle. So reach up, stretch, hold it here for just a second. If this isn't comfortable for your hand or your shoulder, you can bring it to your hip. You can bring your hand behind your head. And then let's thread it all the way through and lay your right shoulder down. Twist your body. 2 more of these. Reach up, expand, stretch, and then reach through. One more time. Good pec stretch here. And as we thread the needle, we'll hold there. So the right side of your head should be on the mat or on a block. Boy, I really feel a nice spot right to the inside of my right shoulder blade that's stretching. Now the left arm, if you want, can go behind your back in kind of a hammerlock position. Make sure the weight is even between both knees so you know that your pelvis isn't rotated or shifted. And then we'll prepare to come out of our thread the needle, pressing the left hand underneath your shoulder. Inhale, stretch up, and then set your hand down onto the floor. Ooh. Sometimes that pose feels really good and sometimes it feels really good. It's one of those days. Let's lift the left arm up, stretch. Remember your options here if this bothers your shoulder. And then thread through. And you're using the strength of your right arm to guide you down to the floor and then to press you back up. So it's a little tricep and shoulder work. Good, we have one more. Just noticing if there's any difference in your range of motion on this side. Thread it through and we'll hold here. Left side of your head is on the mat. Shoulder is relaxed and we can bring this right arm, reach it behind. This is a big stretch for this right shoulder, so make sure that's comfortable. You can always just place your hand here. Just see how far back you can comfortably reach. Relax your jaw and close your eyes and breathe. Okay, let's unwrap that right arm. Bring it down to press yourself up. Big push. Inhale, reach. Exhale, back to all fours. Just take a nice cat stretch. So drop your chin to your chest, separate your shoulder blades, tuck your tailbone under, and then reverse that to cow. Drop the belly down, lift the tailbone. Take a big inhale. Exhale, one more cat. Inhale, one more cow. And then come to neutral. And we're going to make our way toward the top of our mat. So the way I'm going to do it is tuck my toes under, lift the hips up, sliding my blanket out of the way. I'm just going to start to walk my feet and hands up to the top of the mat. Take a gentle forward fold. So hands can be on your chair for support. They can be on your shins. If you're flexible, they can come down to the floor. You can even grab behind your legs or slide your hands underneath the bottoms of your feet. This isn't one we do very often. It's called gorilla pose. It kind of hurts with my rings on. All right, so let's hold here in our forward fold. You can sway a little bit from side to side. Relax your head and neck. Let everything go. And then bend your knees pretty deeply. Start to reach the arms forward and come up into chair. Utkatasana. Now, other positions with the arms, we can pull the palms into the heart. We can bring the arms up really high. That's your traditional position with this pose. We can bring the elbows back, kind of a goalpost arm, or press the arms back into airplane. So you choose the arm position, but what I want you to do is focus on sinking into the legs. Weight back in the heels so you can pull your toes up off the floor. Nice alignment of your knees, hips, and feet. And holding still. Keep the breath moving. Stay here another 30 seconds. tell I'm favoring my right knee because I feel like my body's going over to the left foot, going, can you please take some of the weight out of my right knee, please? So try to balance the weight into both feet. Okay, press up out of the legs, reach and stretch. Maybe squeeze your glutes a little bit, press your hips forward just slightly, and then sit down into chair. Inhale up, exhale down. Now we're going to do a few of these reps, and I really want you to try to start to spark your energy up a little bit. Heat your body, using those big muscle groups in the legs. We talked on Tuesday after the cardio class that it's been said kind of morbidly that death starts in our legs. So as we age as seniors, if we don't keep our legs strong, that's one of the first things that, can start to decline our physical abilities and health and wellness. So really strong legs, very important. Let's do 2 more. 1 more. Then hold your chair. 1 minute holding. I'm going to turn this direction so I can see my clock. Now, what can we do while we're holding? We could do some neck mobility. Maybe move the head from side to side. We could do some shoulder mobility by different positions with our arms. So I want you to do whatever you want here, but you're staying down into the legs. "30 seconds to go." Getting a little burn here, right in those quads. 20. Good job. 10. You're with me, right? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up. Now, if you need something to hold on to for balance, we're just going to shift our weight into our right leg and come into single leg stance. So the left knee comes up about 90 degrees. We have our ankle flexed, our shoulders are down and back, our core is braced. You can do anything you want with your arms, but when we did that test a couple years ago, we had our hands on hips. So what I want you to do, strengthening mostly this right leg that you're standing on, is we're going to come down into chair and up to single leg stance. Up. 5 times. Down into chair, up to single leg stance. Hold on to a wall if you need. 3. 2 more. 4. And 5. Ooh, all right. Made it. Okay, shift your body weight over to the left leg. Right knee up, single leg stance. So kind of your minimum goal is you want to be able to hold these for 30 seconds without falling out of it. It's very common for one side to feel a little less stable than the other. Use your eye gaze to help you focus, your drishti. Okay, come to chair hands to single leg stance. 5. This is my harder side. It always was, but now it's the knee that needs to be replaced, so that makes it even worse. 3 more. Good. 2 more. I just said good to myself. Good, Lisa. 1 more. Good to y'all, too. Excellent. Step down. Okay, now shift your body weight back over to your right leg. We're going to do a hip abduction balance pose. This is called starfish. So let's lift the leg up. Arms can be in any position. We're just holding. And then I bet you know what we're going to do next. You would be correct. We're going to go from chair to starfish 5 times. Come down and balance. 4 more. 3 to go. Feeling some nice work in the outer left hip. 2 more. Pretty happy with that knee replacement now after almost 2 years. Last one. And release. Good. Now remember, it's okay to have something to hold on to for this. Let's switch over to our left leg and find our starfish balance. How high does this leg need to be? It doesn't matter. Just want you to be active in the muscle. It's all up to you. Okay, let's go chair down to starfish. 5. Control, go slow. 4. What kind of role does your core play with this? Are you thinking about that? 3. How about your breathing? 2. 1 more time. Great job. Come on down. Excellent. Okay, we are going to do a chair pose with our legs staggered. So I want your right foot to be the one in front. So you're going to take your left foot back a little bit. Your heel is up. Come down into chair. And I'm just saying that chair because this is a yoga class. But this is a split squat, is it not? Yes. So I want you to feel comfortable with this position. Make sure your knee doesn't go in. So get it in nice alignment. The back heel is up. So what we're going to do is go from here to warrior 3. So if you reach your hands forward, shift your weight into your front leg and lift your back leg up and balance. Then you'll come back into that split squat or chair, down, come up and balance. Squeeze your back leg glute, 3 more. Come down, up and balance. Good. 2 to go. Beautiful. Last one. And let's try holding our warrior 3, 15 seconds. 14, 12, 10, Lost it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and just stand up. Wow, a lot of work in the outside of that right hip. Okay, so now your left foot's going to be the one in front, a stride or a split stance. Back heel is up. Come down into chair or squat. There's maybe a little bit more weight in this front leg, but you're pretty significantly split between the two. So you do have some weight back here. Now let's come from here to warrior 3. So we rise up, lift the back leg any amount, balance, then set your foot back down and go low. Come up, balance. Surprisingly, this is not hurting my right knee too much. This is good. I'm finding a comfortable range of motion. 2 more. Okay, we have 1 more, and that's the one we're going to hold our warrior 3. Up and hold 15 seconds. 14, 13, 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up. Whew. Okay, so we're going to stretch out the glutes, either seated in your chair or standing with your chair to use for balance with our figure 4 stretch. So if you want to sit down in the chair, have a seat. If you're standing up, you're holding onto the chair for balance, and we're going to bring the right leg up, cross it up above the left knee. And then we'll start to sit down into our squat and drop the chest forward any amount. Stretch that right glute. Now, if you feel like you have your balance, you can try letting go. We're holding this stretch about 30 seconds. Strengthening the left leg to support us. Breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rise up. Good. And release. Nicely done. Okay, we'll bring that left ankle across. This one doesn't want to bend as easily, but that's okay. I'll get it there. Okay, so let's bend the standing leg. Or if you're sitting in your chair, you're just going to fold your chest over the leg and maybe let go to balance. 30 seconds. Halfway there. Maybe sink a little deeper for the last 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and press all the way up. Great job. Okay, let's take a nice calf stretch. So I'm just going to use my chair just to hold on to. You don't need to. We'll take the right foot way back and press the heel down into the floor. Right leg is pretty straight. So we're gonna, my feet are maybe about, I'd say 2.5 to 3 feet apart. So I'm gonna split the difference and bring the back foot in a little closer, about halfway, and then bend both knees. So this is gonna stretch the back Achilles tendon, which stretches into the plantar fascia and up through the soleus muscle. And let's hold here. This is also some strengthening for our legs if you want to let go, because the quads and glutes are holding us in this position. 2 more breaths. Good. Press yourself up. Nice. The right foot steps in, the left foot steps way back, maybe about 2.5 to 3 feet. And press that heel down. Back leg is straight. Back foot is parallel. So if we turn out our back foot, we're going to lose our stretch. Be aware of your abdominals. Gently draw in. And then look at your feet. See where about the halfway point is and step your back foot halfway. Then bend both knees down. I love this stretch in the back of the left ankle. Can let go. Use our legs for strength as we're stretching. Try to draw your shoulder blades back. Pull your core in. Breathing. One more deep breath. Press through those feet, rising up to stand. Great job. Okay, separate your feet nice and wide. Turn your toes out slightly. We're going to bend the right knee and push away. Bend the right knee, use it for strength, and push away. Now as you bend, sweep your right arm up and side stretch away from that side, and then come up. Inhale here, breathe in, breathe out. 2 more. Our last one will hold. This is our reverse warrior or sun warrior. Two more breaths. Inhale, come back up and release. Good, now we'll bend the left knee. So this side's going to be hard for me to do without pain, but I'm going to give it what I've got and straighten. So find your range of motion here. You can do it bigger than mine. And then we'll sweep the arm up with a side stretch and come up. Inhale. Exhale. Next one, we'll hold it. You can gaze upward if you'd like. Two more breaths. And come all the way up. Great job. Okay, optional yoga strap for cow face arms. So we are going to hold it in the right hand and then drape it over the back of your shoulder. Make this elbow point really high up. Anchor it there with your muscles and reach the left hand back and try to find your strap. We're going to inch the fingertips as closely as we can to one another. Now, while you're holding this stretch, we're going to combine lower body strengthening and balance. So we'll lift up and down off the heels. Up and down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, and 1. Now, if you feel comfortable, I want you to slightly slide your right foot behind your left a little bit. In ballet, this is 3rd or 5th position, and stretch the right elbow further up toward the ceiling, side bending the body. And you're pushing your right hip out. This is going to come down the IT band a little bit. Great job. Let's come back up out of the side bend. Separate the feet. Release the bottom arm and the top arm. Oh, wow, what do you feel? Whew. Okay, let's try the other side. So we'll drape the strap over the shoulder. Bring the arm up. Take the right hand behind. Try to find your strap. Inch your fingers as closely as you can together. If you're right-handed, this one's probably a little harder. Okay, so the left foot comes behind the right a little bit. I have my toes turned out into ballet 5th position and side stretch the waist. Push out into your left hip. You're feeling a stretch all the way up from that left elbow, down the tricep, the lat muscle stretching, the side waist, the obliques, the QL, the IT band, and you've got your core engaged and you're working on balance. And you know what I forgot? The calf raises. So let's do those. Come back up. Separate your feet. Let's do 10 calf raises. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Remove the bottom arm first carefully. That's when we don't want to strain. And then lower the left arm down. We'll release our strap. Reach the right arm up. One more big side stretch over. And then the left. Just like a nice slow windmill. One more each side. And then a little moonflower, so we circle the arms out to goalpost and we bend the knees. Open, inhale, bend the knees. One more. Hold the hands at your heart as we straighten the legs and close our practice today in our Anjali Mudra. And the light in my heart honors the light in the hearts of each of you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. If you guys can stay on for chit chat, I'm game. I'm going to shut our recording off and head on into the back room to my other device. Alrighty.